Thanks, Graham. Thank you. Okay, welcome to Buddha House, all of you. Welcome. This is our Tuesday morning class or group where we just practice meditation together, assuming that you all know a little bit about meditation. And sometimes I'll just talk a little bit and very, very beginners level, which is good for all of us to remember that we're all beginners. And sometimes you might get a bit bored with that and think, oh, she said it so many times. So don't worry, notice that if you're getting annoyed by my repetition. And I'll try not to talk so much today. It's really, well, first of all, welcome to Buddha House. My name's Natalie. I always forget to say that. And we just practice together on Tuesday morning. And it's called mindfulness, which means we're just developing awareness of our mind, how busy our mind is, how incredibly chaotic a lot of the time, thoughts all over the place, big thoughts, bad thoughts, little thoughts, good thoughts, important thoughts, memories, plans. Our mind is constantly busy, constantly doing this round and round and round business. So we often feel exhausted by this and worn out and don't really know what to do about our busy mind. Mindfulness is a word that's very overused nowadays. I don't really like using it because it's been marketed and used for all sorts of completely, I don't know, I'd say worldly, but that's not the right word either. Mindfulness is a very overused word. I like to use the word awareness. We're developing awareness of our mind, watching our mind, seeing how busy it is, choosing to do one thing at a time with our mind, focusing our mind on the breath, rather than all these thoughts jumping up and passing by and needing attention and exhausting. And we identify with these thoughts. We think that that's who we are. This thinking part of our brain, we think that's who we are. We identify very strongly with these thoughts. So learning to let the thoughts go past, like the traffic, without getting involved, without getting sucked in, but just noticing them. We're not pushing them away. We're not trying to have good thoughts. We're not trying to lift our game, improve, get better, any of those sort of expectations that we think perhaps with a bit of luck I'll get it right today, all of that, just forget all that. Just noticing the breath. That's all we need to do. Choosing the breath instead of the thought. As this thought's going past, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought, doesn't matter. It's the same. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from focusing on the breath, from choosing the breath. And it's not easy. It's very difficult, actually. There are lots of styles of meditation, many, many styles, and mindfulness has become a very popular, well-known, I should say, a well-known method of meditation. In fact, it's thousands of years old. Nothing new about it, nothing new age, nothing fancy, nothing promising you anything. It's just like, this is what you do. People have been doing this for thousands of years, focusing on that one thing, which is the breath. We can do it too. So we're learning this, not easy. So I just, excuse me, need a sip of water. Learning to focus on one thing at a time. That's it. Noticing the distractions, noticing the temptation to get involved with some thoughts and the rejection of other thoughts. Like we do this all the time. Constantly sifting our thoughts into the good pile and the bad pile. Very seldom are we here right now. Very seldom here. Present. That's another overused word. Present. But we are learning to be here, doing this, somewhere else. Not on a mountain somewhere in Nepal or Tibet where it seems a lot more glamorous and more suitable, or we're in boring old Adelaide. You know, this is who we are. We live here. So we're learning to integrate this into our daily life, who we are really, underneath all that stuff, identification with thoughts and personality and history and plans and all of that stuff. Just who we are, basically decent, good human beings working with our mind. It sounds so simple, but it's not. So don't be discouraged. Don't think that, oh, I can't meditate. You know, it's for other people. We can all meditate. Every one of us can meditate. We just need to learn how to do it and have some boring person reminding us all the time about coming back to the breath. At home by ourselves, it's not so easy. It's not so simple because there are always going to be distractions, always. Things we want to do, finish off, take care of. Just, I'll quickly do this before I'm... And when you're watching me online, please be aware of that, the temptation to get distracted and wander off and do something else. Oh, I'll come back in a minute. I must turn off that tap in the garden. All of these thoughts, they're distractions. Very important to notice that and be aware of it. Nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with your mind. We're not trying to empty our mind. We're not trying to have an empty mind with no thoughts at all. That's not possible. We choose one thing, which is the breath, and we continue to come back to the breath, back to the tip of the nose, smiling at ourselves, lightening up. It's not the end of the world. We just start again. So let's do this. Let's do this. First of all, we think about why we're here. Why have we bothered this morning in particular? Why have we bothered? What's our reason for being here this morning or for watching this morning online? What's going on in our lives? So what's happening in our life? Maybe that's given us the idea, oh, maybe I'll try some meditation this morning. That might be useful. We often have problems and things that are happening that we're out of our depth with. So just learning to sit with all that going on. We're not switching off the rest of our life. We're not becoming zombies. We're not forcing ourselves to do this. We're noticing. We're always just noticing. Noticing how we might be more anxious today or a little bit more tired and grumpy or excited about having lunch with someone, something like that. There will be something going on in our life. We're developing a good habit of coming and practicing meditation with others. We're noticing that too, how things are changing in our lives. We're not so hooked into the drama and the negativity as we were, perhaps. So important now. So much going on in the outside world. Learning to be stable and grounded in our body. Finding the source of peace within each one of us. Every one of us. We all have the source of peace within. We can all develop that part of ourselves. It's like an antidote, medicine. Sometimes called, Dharma is called medicine. Medicine for the suffering, for the sickness. Include others. Our friends and family, people we love. People we're close to, people like us, people we approve of, friends and family. We include we include our animals, our pets, ones we live with. Then we include strangers, people we don't know, don't care about. Not like us, different ideas, different ways of doing things. Farmers who grow our food. People that can fix things. But we can't. the strangers that we trust with our lives, having surgery or accident, something like that, the ambulance drivers, people that come along, pick us up, take us off to the hospital. A stranger, someone we don't know, but they're there. These strangers who come when we need them, with just a phone call. How amazing that is. Strangers that our lives depend on. We include people we don't know, strangers, caught up in war, being bombed, people who are starving, the refugees, nowhere to go, going back to their home and finding it just in ruins. It was a bomb. It was just flattened their home. Bomb that was sent from far away, not even, just someone pushed a button somewhere and boom, that's the end of their life. Those strangers living in fear. No water, no food, no safety, nowhere to go. It can be overwhelming sometimes. We acknowledge the suffering of other people, people just like us, no different, just like us. So thinking of them and including them in our practice together, because we can. You don't just push it all away and think, oh, it's too terrible, it's too hard, I can't bear to think about the suffering of others. But we acknowledge it. We acknowledge how fortunate we are, everything that we need here. Safe suburban Adelaide. Running water, toilets, food in the supermarkets, all of those things that so many people in the world don't have. We take these things for granted. We are so fortunate. We forget that sometimes. Excuse me. We also include the animals that we eat, the creatures that we eat, not taking their lives for granted either. Acknowledging where our meat comes from, our chicken, our fish. Other people, strangers, do that bloody bit for us. We don't have to kill something to eat. We don't have to find something to eat like that. Strangers who do the dirty work for us. So many of them. Then we include people that we just don't like, can't bear, the ones we want to push away. The ones that we judge, the ones that we're disgusted by, horrified by, ashamed by. That humans can do this to other humans. The people that consciously cause harm to others. Consciously. People that send the bombs, pushing a button on the other side of the world. Those people in their offices drinking their morning coffee with their little bit of cake, nothing to do with the blood and guts of war. Those people, those human beings, how can they do this? Lost their humanity. They're the ones we include as well. The worst of the worst behaviour, cruelty, lack of compassion for others. We include them as well. Wishing that one day they may wake up. Wake up from their ignorance. And then we decide to use this time to the best of our ability, no matter what, just to be able to sit here in safety and comfort, developing our mind, finding the source of peace within, so that we can become a more useful human being in the world. So we'll have 2 little sessions of sitting, and in the middle I'll ring the bell and you can stay seated if you like, or just stand up and have a little stretch. And then we'll start again for the second half. Okay, listening to the bell. Just checking your posture, straight back. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times, let them drop. Opening your rib cage with your shoulders relaxed and down. Plenty of room to breathe. Keeping your back straight. Feeling your chest rising as you breathe in, and relaxing as you let that breath go. We stay focused at the tip of the nose, that spot where the breath enters and leaves the body. Our eyes gently closed. Unwrinkle our forehead. Unclench our jaw. Make a tiny smile. Hands together in your lap or above your knees. Just touch your nose and have a couple of deeper breaths to begin with. Being really aware of where we are, how we're sitting here together in our bodies, together, our physical bodies. What's going on around us, aware of how busy our mind is, but choosing to focus on the breath. Notice we've wandered off, we're involved in something, some drama, something from the past or the future. Notice that. Smile at yourself and choose the breath consciously. Say, oops, there I go. And choose the breath. Just start again with a little smile. Being kind to yourself, not harsh, not critical, not wishing that you could do it better or something like that, wanting to achieve something. It's not about that. It's just watching the breath, continuing to come back to the breath. Start again, lightening up. That's it. So just start again. Start now with this next breath in your body. A little smile is very helpful. It sounds silly, but you feel that smile on the inside, and it really helps you to lighten up. Struggle with this, but notice developing awareness, not being disappointed when you notice you're miles away. That's great. Notice that. Notice it. And choose the breaths. Just start again. This little smile is very helpful. Just start again. No big deal. Especially noticing if you have worries at the moment, you're worried about something. Notice that. Don't push it away. Don't think, oh, I shouldn't be worried, I'm trying to meditate. Notice if that worry is there. Smile at yourself. Noticing. And choose the breath again. Pretending. We're not pretending that everything's wonderful in this world. Everyone's happy, that everyone has everything they need. We're not pretending that. Not living in la la land. This poor suffering world that we live in. Share the breath with every other living creature. A much bigger picture of the world that we live in. working with our mind. Finding peace within. Peace then radiates to others. We become the source of peace for others. Staying calm and stable, grounded. So important now. Noticing what a difference we make to others when we're not panicking and freaking out, but calm, stable and grounded. Much more useful that way. Our inner wisdom, our Buddha nature. It starts with the breath, one breath at a time. That's it. So just start again. Just start again. Not a problem. That you're wandering off, spacing out, losing your bearings, floating off somewhere. When you notice that, smile at yourself again and choose the breath. Maybe touch your nose in your body, not escaping somewhere else. Right here, right now. I'll just have a little break for a moment, a stretch if you wish. I'll stay there. Okay. Maybe just have a bit of a wriggle in the chair. Straighten your back again, roll your shoulders back again so you can breathe. Tiny smile. After a while, this little smile becomes quite natural. We don't feel so self-conscious about it. It's almost invisible, this smile, but we feel it from the inside. It really helps us to lighten up, to be kinder to ourselves, compassion for ourselves, not giving up because we're not perfect yet. We're all beginners. Every one of us is a beginner. Every time we practice meditation is a new time. It's different. And we're developing a habit of becoming accustomed to this. Becoming accustomed. To sitting, doing one thing at a time. Watching the breath, being in our body, finding our inner wisdom, our Buddha nature within each one of us. We just start again. No big deal. Just start again. Thoughts go past, the judgments, the ideas, plans, the memories. We choose the breath and we start again. It's like we're very active doing this. We're not passively meditating. Meditation is a very active thing. Active. We're involved. We're not just sitting back and letting it all happen. We are very involved in the process of meditation. We're here. We're present. We have to do it for ourselves. No one waves a magic wand. We start with each breath. We start again. Maybe noticing how we're not used to doing this. We all have such short attention spans now. It can be very difficult to stick to even 1 or 2 breaths in a row without being distracted. It's great. Notice that. Notice that. There's nothing wrong. Becoming accustomed to not being distracted. Just starting again. No big deal. Just start again. You begin to notice that the thoughts are interrupting less and less. Well, they're not so important. We see them differently, these thoughts. Sort of part of us knows that, oh, we don't need to deal with that right now. It really works. It's practice. We get better at it by doing it, becoming accustomed. Just choose the breath. Start again. Like riding a bike. Struggle, 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 struggle. Wobble, 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 wobble. There you're off. You can ride. It's sort of amazing. Sometimes you notice that, oh, I haven't really had a thought for quite a while now, and that's also a bit of a distraction, but you notice that, how you are becoming accustomed to doing this, as boring and repetitious as it seems. We do get better at it. We develop more confidence in our inner wisdom, in our Buddha nature. Yes. Just keeping your back straight so you can breathe properly. Breath is so important. Most of the time, we're unaware of our breath. When we practice meditation, that's when we notice the breath. Use the breath. Connecting us to every other living creature on the planet. We need oxygen for every cell of our body. So how do we remember this? How do we apply it in our everyday life when it isn't quiet and peaceful? Do we remember our inner wisdom, our Buddha nature? How do we find the source of peace that's within? We need it most. How do we remember this? Incredible potential. How do we remember this? Step back a little and we see that we're getting involved in something. Something that we know already. We've done it already a million times. Something that we feel justified in judging and being critical of others. How do we notice that? Do we step back? Remembering the pause before we jump in, before we burn our bridges, before we cause harm. Our words, our actions. How do we remember that? Our potential. Not to go down those same old paths again that we know cause harm to ourselves and to others. That self-destructive behaviour that we give up. How do we notice that? Choose the breath. Choose the source of peace. Choose the inner wisdom. Choose the Buddha nature instead. Putting it into practice. Choosing to step back a little. Starting again. Lighten up. And we see ourselves getting all grim and earnest. How do we lighten up? Step back a little. Take a few deep breaths. Not jump in with our opinion. Allowing others to speak. Not judging so harshly. Developing kindness and compassion for ourselves first of all. We begin to see others differently. And then we offer the benefit of our practice together to others. All beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. Beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. And may beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that hold some close and others distant. I dedicate the merit created by myself and others to the great enlightenment. And may the precious Buddha nature not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline, but increase forevermore. And may peace begin with me. Now just taking your time and stretch. Open your eyes. Put water. Big stretch, looking around. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Was that chair better? Good, good. We'll make sure then we'll have this for you on Tuesdays. Much better. That's good. Good, I'm glad. Yeah, it's all good. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Graham. How are you? Thank you. Okay. Thank you, darling. I've been coughing that up. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. Saying something, isn't it? Oh, yes, yes. Oh, would you like to? Oh, yeah. I probably could stay there, I reckon. It usually sits there, doesn't it? Yeah, it has been there before. Yeah. Yeah. I think we'll make sure we get this chair. Yeah, and Serge is always, if Serge is here, Serge is good. A good Italian boy who knows, don't you?
Knows how to be.
I shouldn't even say that, it's terrible. I say that with great affection. You know that.
It's a very.
I had a chest X-ray yesterday. A chest X-ray.
Yes, obviously something.
Yeah.
It's satisfying.
It's better.
It's been weeks.
Oh,
Weeks.
that's an annoying cough.
So annoying.
Yeah, but she loves talking. So.
It's stopping.
Talking's the worst thing.
So it's stopping you from talking, huh?
Yeah.
Does it wake you up in the night?
Hmm?
In the night?
Yeah. As soon as I lay down,
Worse.
worse. Thank you,
My
Dad.
aunt
Yeah, we
had-
see it.
My aunt had something
Seneca,
like that.
Seneca and ammonia. That's what I take.
Yeah.
You know,
Really? Because we had, my aunt had a terrible cough. Worse than
Really?
No, it was actually before that. And they worked out, it took ages for the medical model to work out that it was actually a side effect of the high blood pressure tablets she was on.
really.
And then when they took her off